what is so special? ऐसी क्या खासियत है कैलाश पर्वत के बारे में, the Himalayas, and what are the characteristics? Why are people so much attracted towards Kailash Mansarovar?
Okay, let me answer this with an example, a very simple example. You're here now in Mumbai.
Yeah.
I also live in Mumbai and Pune. We're used to a particular way of living our life. Concrete jungles hai,
Right.
sab kuch chal raha hai. If I were to transport you straight away at a place which looks completely different from where you've been, okay? For example, I take you into a deep forest, एक जंगल के अंदर, और वहाँ पे as you walk around, you suddenly come across a lovely lake, और वहाँ पे सिर्फ mother nature है surrounding the lake. बहुत अद्भुत feeling आपको लगेगा because you're completely cut off and away from what you're used to. The skyscrapers, the roads, the shops, the cacophony of life. And suddenly you're there. So आपको, obviously you'll feel something different. You may feel a bit of fear because you're in the middle of nowhere, kind of, in the jungle area.
True.
Could be, wild animals, maybe this and that. But फिर भी, when you watch that or witness that beautiful lake, and it's beautiful, the flowers, the trees, the birds may be there. It's different. Another example is if you were taken into a cave. And it's probably somewhere far, far away from civilization, right? And then you'll automatically feel like spending some time. Just you'll find it mysterious.
Okay.
कि ये है क्या? वो जो moments है ना of whatever, maybe 3 seconds, 10 seconds initially, you magnify that at least 1,000,000 times. I'm just using a number 1,000,000 times to tell you how much is what you'll feel when you go to Kailash Parvat.
Okay.
So you must have felt something. Even our viewers, I'm telling you, imagine yourself in a mysterious cave, but divine. And there's nobody, just you and maybe a priest or somebody who's just guiding you there. Or you're in the middle of a forest and there's this beautiful jheel, a lake. You'll feel something nice. Multiply that nicety, that feeling 1,000,000 times is what you'll feel there. And that is how I felt. And there were 2 reasons for that, Raavya. One is when you go to a place which you already are aware of, कि वहाँ पे there is this energy, consciousness in the form of Lord Shiva or Mahadev. हमको पता है वो energy वहाँ पे है.
जी.
That energy, I'm calling Mahadev that energy because it's the highest form of divine energy in my view. And why it completely melts your soul and makes you feel amazed is because if you're even slightly spiritual, you'll feel that connection with the so-called mountain where you know that there is that entity there. So you'll feel as if you are at the place where there is that entity that you've been praying for such a long time is there.
You feel that
you're
connection.
so close by. And the other part is the beauty of the entire Himalayan region, Raavya. When you go, so even if you meet people who've traveled to Ladakh, who travel to those places on bikes, you ask them how it is, and they'll say, Adbhut, just those regions of Himalayas. And then when you go towards the Kailash, the first thing I'll tell you is it doesn't look like a mountain peak.
Okay.
And I've said this to so many friends of mine who want to know how it is it looks like a crystal, a huge, magnanimous crystal.
Yeah, you've been there?
Yeah. Not on it. I've been there. It looks like a crystal with edges, okay? And the upper part of the Kailash is it's covered in snow, but you can see the edges.
Okay.
So you know it's a crystal, right? For example, this is a crystal stone. You see the shine?
Yeah.
So this is how, in a way, it is crystal. And of course, this is not from Kailash. It's a crystal stone I brought as a metaphor. And it's got edges. So imagine this is in the form of a triangle.
Okay.
Okay? And so when you see it, and you see the other peaks of the Himalayan mountains, you will find a big difference, because everything else are all the others are mountains. This is Adbhut. It is different. You'll find a lot of stones everywhere, but when you see a shivling, you know it's a shivling.
Okay.
You'll see a lot of mountains everywhere, but when you see a Kailash, you know it's a Kailash. There is no other mountain, I believe, which will look anywhere close to the way a Kailash Parvat looks.
Okay.
Now, usko kyun, wo kaise aise bana, what different, like how is it so different? What is it? What are its properties? This is something that is still a mystery.
Yeah.
जैसे normal stone है, there's a crystal stone, there's a spatika, right? There's a shaligram. These are all stones of different qualities, different properties, and different spiritual energies.
Okay.
मेहर बाबा करके एक बहुत enlightened yogi थे, took samadhi from close to Pune, born in Pune somewhere, and then Nagar में, अमरनगर में उनका आश्रम है, मेहर बाबा. In one of his books, he says that even a stone has got consciousness.
Okay.
Yes. He was a very unique yogi. He was maun for more than 40 years.
Okay.
He was maun.
Mon.
He didn't utter a single word for 40 years.
There's also someone now who's known as Moni Baba, right?
That's another that's another entity, enlightened entity, Mauni Baba, in the Himalayas.
Okay.
Then there's another entity in the south who also practiced silence, and their gaze itself was enough to even give diksha to the students, and the name was Raman Maharishi.
Okay.
So why I'm saying this to you is because coming to the point of Kailash is when you go and see that kind of a creation, which is supposed to be a mountain, but it's something very, very divine, something more crystallized, then it will have that impact on people who go there with a spiritual bent of mind.
Okay.
For people who go there as tourists, firstly, it's not a place for tourists.
Right.
If you go there, you should go there, I feel, when you have something spiritual that's awakened from inside you. अंदर से कुछ लगना चाहिए, एक भाव, आध्यात्मिक भावना जागृत होना चाहिए, and maybe that's connected to Shiva or the Devi or some higher force. Then you'll feel the lagav, you'll feel the connection, you'll feel drawn to Kailash Parvat. By the way, you mentioned Kailash, but there's something also beautiful, is Manasarovar as well. In fact, when I was giving the example, if you were to go to a forested area, I see a jheel. In my mind, it is the Manasarovar. Okay. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
The beauty.
It's beautiful. And such sights, Raavya, why am I describing this in detail? Because such visuals can really not only uplift our soul, uplift us, but it can even change us, transform us in the way we look at life. That's what happened to me as well. वो आपको सोचने पे मजबूर कर देती है कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं यार मुंबई में, या मतलब internally that way we are superficially doing well, materialistically doing okay, all running to be at the same place. But when you go to such places, they make you they make you question what are we doing? What is our philosophy? Is money the real game changer for us with respect to happiness? Such questions they make you ask those questions, and sincerely. कभी-कभी हम ऐसे पूछते रहते हैं कि क्या यार, what's money? Is it important? Not that way. There you literally meditate. You really think about it. You start valuing your relationships. The first relationship that I think people don't value, and I'm working on it, is with yourself. Yeah. काफी टाइम पे हम बोलते हैं ना कि हम दोस्तों को टाइम देते हैं. We give time to our friends, we give time to our family, to our work. But do we really give time to ourselves? We don't. How many minutes did you give to yourself? And I'm not talking about praying, just with yourself in contemplation, in introspection. That when the question is put to you here, we just cough it off, say, "हाँ यार, किधर time है यार, बच्चे सब कुछ है." But when you go to Kailash, and when you especially go to Manasarovar and sit in front of the Manasarovar, believe me, Raavya, and I really don't like to exaggerate and stuff. I'm telling you because I've been there. I've not read books on it and talking to you.
Correct.
When you sit there, the intensity that you feel, the intensity you feel, the sincerity that you feel, the honesty that you feel, to go inside you and actually address that question, what am I really doing in life? I came back from Kailash Mansarovar, and within a month I quit my job, within a month or two, because I realized I'm not following my dreams, which was teaching. So it pulls you out of what you have assumed to be yahi mera life hai. It pulls you out, and it gives you a lot of courage to make tough decisions. It makes you at least open those doors, Raavya, to those possibilities जो हम normally नहीं think कर पाते हैं. When you're on,
helped you to analyze yourself?
A lot. I think Meher Baba said a stone has life. So obviously Kailash has got so much of consciousness, energy. Manasarovar is so vibrant. I know it sounds a bit, people are watching, they may say, ye kya baat kar raha hai? When I say this, that they keep whispering to you, it's only up to us to listen to their whispers.
Okay.
Mother Nature whispers to you, metaphorically. I mean, you can't hear them literally.
No, I got that.
But they will make you think in different directions, is the way I say they whisper to you. They make you think. They make you question yourself.
Yeah.
In fact, even writing the book Aghori and Untold Story is a result of me going to Kailash Mansarovar, because the Maha Aghori in one way is also Mahadev. इसलिए तो अघोरी सब उनको follow करते हैं. But I'm telling you, one visit, any Shiva Bhakt, especially, one visit to banta hai to Kailash Mansarovar.
Kailash Mansarovar.
People go to different parts of the world, spending lakhs of rupees. एक बार go to Kailash and sit there for some time. Your way of looking at life changes, and through that, your actions also change.